There we go. Had the wrong whatchamacallit. Had the wrong scene up on OBS. I put up P5. Oh man. Ugh. And as soon as I start my stream, I sneeze.
Gesundheit.
Oh, hey, Lucas is streaming.
Oh hey, I'm streaming, guys. Didn't you know that?
Oh, hey, Lucas is streaming. I should probably
Oh,
stop
man.
playing my game.
Oh man, it's almost like, yeah, you should. How's that not connected?
Very carefully. Web client's not working.
Yeah, I know. I just realized that. Give me 1 second.
Good thing you're not streaming.
I know. Good thing I haven't been streaming for like 1 minute and 40 seconds. All right, you should be able
Yeah,
to.
give time for your audience to get in here anyway.
Yeah, totally. My two people.
AC and the random guy that shows up every so often.
All right. You guys should be able to see it now. Stream. There we go. All right, so quick recap from last session. The group had finished talking with Iriscree Harrowhill. That is actually the name of the woman who was the owner of the Happy Scrimshander. You guys decided after speaking with her to head over to Termaline in order to start your journey on your way over to the Goliath Valley, out where Smith called home. Once you arrived in Termaline, you were told by the guards at the gate to head over and speak with Townmaster Oris Mestu. When you arrived at the Townmaster Hall, something was off about Town Speaker Oris and also Trex. Oris was unusually bright and kind of chipper. And Trex was now speaking in Draconic and did not speak that well. He was kind of talking in that broken kind of speech pattern. The group confronted Oris about this after Neogiri pointed out that Oris was wearing Trex's satchel. It was then revealed that a ghost/spirit was possessing Oris, which then possessed Trex immediately after. The group was ready to act, but heard out the plea of Trex, who introduced himself as Janth Alawar, an old mystic sage who used to travel around Icewind Dale cataloging its flora, but who was unfortunately killed by a Yeti, him and his dwarven companion. A dwarven companion that you guys realized you had probably seen at the cave of the Yeti, where you guys fought them, and Gerard got his Yeti-type companion. With this, the group, approached the situation with more humility than I expected, but you guys talked with Janth and had brokered a deal with him where he would be allowed to stay in the body of Trex as long as he did not try and jump into someone else's body. And if he did, he would be allowed somewhere to stay there to oversee the mine and to also try and learn his mystic druidic ways again. Where Wu then gave him the Treant seedling.
Yeah.
At this point, you guys decided to take a bit of a rest there. You were going to eat. Unfortunately, while you were eating, your meal was interrupted by one of the guards for Tamerlane busting through the door, exclaiming that a group of wolf tribesmen, the Ragged tribesmen of the Dale, had attacked their group while they were out on the east side of town proclaiming that they now owned the road and that there was going to be a tax either in gold or blood for traveling that road. When you guys went over to the Eastway, where the guards who had been brought in were resting, Ravenchuck used his medical kit in order to see to their aid. And at that point, Rorik said that he was going to go up north because towards the mine, because the wolf tribe was known to attack on 2 points. There was something I forgot to mention last session as kind of an explanation of, hey, there's Justin. As kind of an explanation of why somebody was not present in combat, and that is Quan. Quan went with Rorik up to the north side of town because he knows that area a little bit better as he traveled those kind of forested regions between Termaline and Lonelywood and up to the Black Cabin and stuff. I forgot to say that. I was watching back on the video today. I realized I never said that. I had it in my notes that he was going to go with Rurik, but I had forgotten to say that. So that is where Quan was during the fight that you guys were in. When you got out east, you were confronted by the Wolf Tribe, and they exclaimed the same thing, that they had claimed this road and this region in the name of the Wolf King, and that you either needed to pay a tax either in blood or gold. It was at this point that the latter option was chosen of blood, but, you know, it's kind of that scene of the guy who's like, you know, call an ambulance, but not for me. As you guys wiped the floor with them, combat ensued, and in the end, you guys were victorious, but in combat, 2 major points occurred. The first one is that Smith's sword kind of imposed its will on him, causing him to swing at Wu, who was on the ground. And secondly, Gerard got another fucking nat 20 on an animal handling check and got a wolf companion.
20!
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's where we're going to pick up. But before I continue, I just want to grab a drink real fast.
This stream is not sponsored by G Fuel because Lucas can't get a sponsorship.
This stream is sponsored by G Fuel in a Gamer Sup shaker.
Wait a minute, that's not right.
Yeah.
Whoa. Banned.
Yep. Honestly, I have Tiger Blood's G Fuel in here. That is watermelon, strawberry, coconut, and it just
should have been Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000.
Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000 is great.
I know, and I'm totally buying it here
it's
sooner than
so
later.
good. It is so good. But this is actually really good. This tastes a lot like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, and I love it. Okay, so like I said, we are picking up right as combat has ended.
Roll initiative?
No, not rolling initiative. So
No, I think Justin's right. It's all of us versus Smith now.
Well, that was a thing that almost happened, but the argument there was that Smith would not have been able to see that wolf companion was there due to his limited vision. But you guys have free action.
Kitchen attack.
Get him, buddy.
I'll let you know once web client's up, because it's still not up for me.
Did you reload your page?
Not loading either.
Oh, it's not loading for anyone?
I don't know.
I want you to know it's in the bare basic of text fonts where it says encounter plus settings about reload and so forth.
What the fuck? What do you got, Justin?
I thought it was just me.
I haven't even tried it yet. I'm not even in the right. I gotta be in the right channel
what the
first.
Fuck? Oh, can you click web client? When it comes up with that, can you click web client?
Went to reload and now it's just saying this site can't be reached.
Hold on.
I got pizza rolls. Does that help?
Nope.
Yeah, can you share?
Yeah, I'm gonna put some sriracha on them. You good with that?
Yeah. Just go ahead and pop open your disk drive that we all know you have and jam it in there so you can transfer it.
What do you think this is? The late 19th or late 20th century?
Okay.
I don't know what century we're in.
All right.
Uh,
I'm gonna
we're in a
turn
century.
my map off quick. Let me close this out.
Squirt my
Restart
sriracha
it.
everywhere.
I love
Oh,
sriracha.
baby. So good. Not overrated like some communities think on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, my thing finally said connection timed out, so I don't know if that helps you.
Shit. What is going on? Oh wait, why is that not showing?
The
Oh my
address
God.
change, maybe?
No, I specifically made sure that I could do it. You know what? I have an idea.
What?
Um,
Turn it all off.
I actually did that. But it's not showing my point to point. Whatchamacallit.
Justin, are you eating fish sticks?
Pizza rolls.
Ew. What'd you put on them?
Sriracha. We just went
Ew.
over this. It's
I wasn't
delicious.
here.
It's so good. See?
Wait a second. What? Seriously? That motherfucker changed. Hold on.
IP address change.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
that would definitely explain why a WebSocket isn't working.
Gotta pop your socket back in, man.
Yeah, but I mean, it was working. That's the thing. It's like, okay, no, I know what I have to do now.
All right, whenever he sends the link, who's going to read it very loudly for all of Twitch stream?
The link is still going to work.
I'm up and running now.
You're up and running now?
Yeah.
What? How?
I don't know.
I'm not up and running. It's still saying the site can't be reached.
Connection is timed out, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
weird. Mine took me to a playable copy of Doom.
What's
was gonna
funny
say-
is it's copying what I'm doing with my controller in my game and moving my map left and right.
I think it's actually meant to do that.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Oh, that's really weird. Mine took me to the next chapter of One Piece.
I don't need to be zoomed in that close.
God damn it. I had this working. You know, I recently, I got an update on my, or I got a new iPad, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go through. I made sure everything was working. I had someone testing it with me,
Who tested it
and
for
Mine
you?
took me. Mine took me to a questionable site.
Justin, close that video immediately.
Is that Jared?
My friend Andrew helped me, actually.
Uh,
So
All
you got a new
because
iPad?
Kavarda and I made a video does not mean you can watch it on Pornhub.
Okay, so now that I did
You
that,
have to pay for our Patreon for that.
why?
I'm gonna power cycle this thing, and then it should work.
Did you get a new iPad?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
A new iPad?
Oh yeah, I remember him telling me this, that the old one violently died because
No,
he
it
tried
hasn't.
installing.
It didn't fully die. The problem
You
is
tried
that
installing an update, but you had no room
I
on
had
it.
no room. Yeah. No, that was the big problem, was that I I had no space on it whatsoever, and then like I would try and remove stuff, but it would just never connect and never connect and never connect. And then it was also just crashing Encounter Plus. So
Which
it
one
was.
did you get?
It's just the same one that it's just the newer version of the one I had. It has twice the memory. That was really the only thing that mattered to me. Is that it's
The new Air or the base iPad?
no, just basic 9th gen iPad 10.2.
Still have a home button.
Oh,
Yes.
Fuck that. I ain't fighting him.
Can you guys try now?
According to Master Yoda, I cannot.
Reload your page.
That worked.
Thank God. I had to go in and I had to go in and actually like alter the Wi-Fi IP address of my iPad because my port forward doesn't let me change what the device's IP address is. I just have to select it and then I have to change it on the iPad. Then I had to change it on Encounter Log. So yeah. Okay, cool. You know what? Just
I don't think you can tell, but I'm covered in spit up.
ew. Are there
Yeah.
stars next to where it says Star Wars or like over here, or is that spittle?
Those are right.
Okay.
There is some. But we went to the Renaissance Fair this morning, and I had white streaks going down the Millennium Falcon here.
Gotcha. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
All right. Tarot will be here. Tarot will be here shortly.
All right, guess we're waiting.
He'll be here in a moment. You know that is there a name for? Huh?
We just lost Aaron. He's dead.
Yeah, I see that. Fucking technical issues. Is there a name for this?
Ugh. Oh, I forgot I had cheese.
Oh. Tactile hallucinations.
The fuck did you just call me?
What is that?
So somebody, I was reading something where somebody said about like fleas and like feeling itchy, and all of a sudden I just like my hands are itchy, my back is itchy, like I feel like I'm like seeing shit out of the corner of my eyes like jump around. Yo, what's up, Taryn?
That's just
So
me.
basically, you read something and now you think you have it.
I read something and now I think like I think I'm like, covered in fleas and I'm itchy as shit.
Well, don't do that.
Is that like if you
I
were
could just be covered in
sorry.
fleas.
I thought you said like 5:15. So I'm like, oh, cool, 5:15.
Oh
And I
no,
forgot that you're
not
an
for
hour
you.
ahead of me.
Yeah, not.
Oh, so it's Lucas's fault. Lucas, you idiot! You
I
gotta
know.
put Eastern Standard Time.
EST.
Come on.
EST,
I
baby.
told you need to use Swatch Internet Time.
What the fuck is that?
What?
It's all about like I forget what the units are. There's this thing called Swatch Internet Time, and Fantasy
use
Star
the-
Online used to use it.
No. You just gotta use the Club Penguin time because Club Penguin runs on its
Oh,
own time as well.
God. Yeah. Curiosity. All right, so I just gave the quick recap. As you may remember, Tarot, when last we met, you guys had headed out of Termaline over on the east side of the road, where you were met with a group of wolf tribesmen that you fought valiantly and killed. Everyone stopped them from claiming this road for themselves. But in the combat, Smith, when Wu went down in one moment, Smith's sword beseeched him and imposed its will to tell Smith to cut his head off. Luckily, Smith's sword missed. And then Gerard rolled a nat 20 on an animal handling check and got another animal companion. And that's where we left off. So that's where you guys have free action on the battlefield at the moment.
We're at 956.87 beats. Swatch internet time.
That's weird.
I guess I should give my polar bear a cold bottle of Coca-Cola as he fades back into the ethereal plane.
Yeah, your summoned animal is going to slowly fade away.
Oh no.
Wasn't Smith about to kill us?
That's where we're at.
Smith has no vision on the rest of the group, so he actually doesn't know that there's a wolf up there that hasn't been killed.
He's just trying to kill Aaron right now.
Yes.
It brought him back to life.
That's true. Smith did push through that feeling, that emotion, and was able to overcome that.
I gave him a healing potion.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
It's true. All right. So what do you guys do in this moment? I know that Wu, last time that we had left off, he said that he was going to loot the body, skin the wolf, and take the head of the leader. And he had gained one wolf pelt.
Yeah.
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 I know you got a druidic totem from the one.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry, let me quit my game so I can pay attention.
God damn it, Aaron. Why would you be playing a game in the middle of D&D? Who the fuck does that?
Yeah, who does that?
Ooh, Vampire Survivors.
Bad people. That's who.
Oh man, I guess I should unequip my 13 points of inspiration, huh?
Oh, that is actually something I do want to mention.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
know I put it in the chat. We're using like the newer system of inspiration that came from the recent
I get?
Unearthed Arcana.
I want to say I
You don't start each session with inspiration anymore. The way that it works is you can earn it by rolling a nat 20 on a d20 test. If you already have it and you roll a nat 20, you can give it to someone else, but you lose it at the end of at the beginning of a long rest. So it's a, use it or lose it kind of thing.
Can I move?
Yeah, you can move. I mean, it's like I said, it's free action right now.
So we all have
No, I'm
inspiration right
trying
now.
to move my screen.
No,
I'm gonna
you
be
don't.
back. I'm gonna switch to my computer.
What's that?
I'm gonna switch to my computer.
Okay.
I'm using my phone right now.
So no, we don't all have inspiration right now. We're waiting until the next long rest.
You guys would, if you already had inspiration, I wasn't taking it away, but if you've used it, then you don't have it at the beginning of this session. Whoa. That was Tarrant unplugging his headset and plugging it in again. And now it sounds like you're in a wind tunnel.
What's up?
It's probably because of my AC.
Oh, okay, that's fine. It's not whenever it's not sounding off whenever you're not talking, so you're good. So what do you guys do? You have like I said, you have free action.
Sorry, where were we headed
So
before?
you guys are on your way down to Bryn Shander. You are going to. It's late at night here. At this point, it's close to like 8 o'clock at night. You guys are going to have to rest here in Termaline, and head out in the morning. You guys were going to head down to Bryn Shander because you are going to take the east way over to East Haven and then head over into the Valley of the Goliaths to try and put an end to the squabble between the two Goliath tribes.
Okay.
So, but you guys had just arrived in Termaline, had the situation with Trex and townspeaker Oris, and then it was announced the attack on the guards out on the east side of Termaline. You guys went out there. Rurik and Quan went to the north side with some of the other guards. You guys then fought them, and that's where we had left off.
So we should probably just get a move on then, yeah?
To head back to
I
Termaline.
completely agree.
Like I said,
Were we going back to
keep in
Termaline?
mind, it is 8 o'clock at night in game. So, and it is going to take you guys.
Well, I think we agree from the start that the whole reason why we left as well was to go down there and we were just going to camp out, I thought. And that's why we left so late.
That is entirely up to you guys, because like I said, you had only just arrived in Termaline whenever the attack happened. So there really wasn't much discussion beyond that.
I mean, unless we go back, camp out, say that we finished the attack, and then we all just go ahead and get up early in the morning and start venturing into the wilderness.
Yeah, it's
I feel like we might feel inspired if we take a long rest.
nope, not how that works.
Oh wait, is that not how that works?
Nope.
No, it's not.
No, wait, that's humans. That's humans.
Once I actually decide that I'm gonna do the races from the new Unearthed Arcana, then humans
you should do so now, because as a mark of handling
as
human,
a mark of handling human, you don't exist in the Unearthed Arcana. Humans don't have any specialties in the new Unearthed Arcana, so you would lose all your like mark of the handling stuff.
I think we should do that.
Fine, I already have plenty of animal companions, and what's a few more 20s?
Yeah. But yeah, it is going to take you guys a good amount of hours to get down to Bryn Shander. So it's up to you. If you guys want to head out now, camp in the wilderness, that's entirely up to you.
I think we should camp because I need a long rest.
I do as well. Yeah.
And
How far is Termaline?
Termaline's just like 5 minutes behind you guys.
Then we could just go back there and rest instead of setting up a camp.
Well, okay. Yeah, let's go to an inn or something then. Yeah, forget that. I didn't realize how close we were.
Oh yeah. You guys are like right there. And
should probably do a recap or something.
Maybe one day I'll do one of those. Who knows? Yeah. I also realized after like 2 sessions, I'd been giving you guys the wrong amount of travel time, and I'm gonna have to address that because it's not as long as I thought it was gonna be. Because I was using the wrong sheet. I started using variant rolls, and then for some reason I switched over to the official ones. Okay, so you guys are heading back over to Termaline. So with that, I imagine you guys are heading over to the east side, which was the inn
Assuming that's the closest side, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys head into town. That was actually where the guards were kind of being laid out. Those who were attacked. As you guys start making your way back into town, you see the guards are on high alert. As you start making your way back, they look at you, recognize who you all are. The one looks at you and says, "Well, is everything all right? Were they handled? The Wolf Tribe."
They are very much completely slaughtered, except for my new friend, as I pet the head of the wolf next to me.
Yeah. This is the one that I got the head off of, right?
The what?
The leader. The leader
Yes,
of the
yes. You did take his head.
I'll toss him the head to the leader that's been poorly cut off.
You see the one guard kind of like stumbles back a bit, and he says, "Oh God, get that away from me! No, what is your problem?"
You asked if we took care of it. There's my proof that we took care of it.
And you see he's like kind of holding back his vomit a bit. He's like, "Oh, that's great, no, but oh, please put that away. Put it in a bag or something."
Well, it's on the ground next to you at the moment.
And he kind of like unceremoniously kicks it back towards you.
I'll put it back onto my hip where I have all
Ugh.
the other
It's disgusting.
currently heads at.
He says, "Rorik and the Goliath have yet to return. You will want to make your way over to the east side to check in."
Sounds good. Looks like we're going there.
So you guys head over to the east side. As a reminder for this place, it is a fairly cozy place. It's a separated on the outside that looks like separate houses. Whenever you actually walk into it, though, it leads to this kind of like downward slope and down a staircase, and inside it reveals these underground tunnels and passages that lead up to the other buildings, allowing for everyone to kind of have their own accommodations. When you get down in there, you see that the guards are kind of splayed out across the main lobby area. The hearth is burning. It has been turned up. It's very warm in here. You can hear the kind of bemoaning sounds of these guards as they're laying there. And when you come down in, you all see Marta Pestrick, who I have right here. This is the young girl who you guys had spoke to the last time that you were here when you stayed at the east side. When you were dealing with the gem mine, she is currently, looking over the east side while her father, Clyde, is still bedridden. This was the one that Wu had given a fair amount of gold to get some medicine for her father. What's that?
And also gave money for extra help.
That's true. Yep. So when you guys get in there, you see that, she sees all of you walking in. She says, "Oh, hey, so glad to see somebody in here. Do you think you could give me a hand with these soldiers? Some of their wounds are pretty bad."
All right, roll initiative.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I sure, I can try. My medicine's only a 3, but I could certainly try.
Well, any bit can help. I'm trying to administer as much first aid as I can, but I don't have too much knowledge of it except for what I've helped my father with. And she kind of pauses as she is getting a bowl of hot water for one of the guards, dipping a rag into it and like placing it on his forehead. Are you saying something, Jared?
Oh no, sorry, that was the TV on in the
Oh,
background.
okay. I was like, what the hell is that? All right. So, do any of you help Marta with the with aiding the guards?
Yes, I
do.
rolled a
I'll-
12 on my first medicine check.
Oh, nice. And Wu rolled Wu rolled 2 on his second one.
Well, that was because it didn't register the first one.
Mm.
But yes,
Well-
I
It's a
can I
21.
help him?
I'm better than him.
What was that, Tarrant?
I said, can I help Wu?
Yep.
Mar-
Jared?
the
Like,
medicine man
well,
helped people who needs medicine.
All right. So yeah. Oh man, that static is loud, Tarrant.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All good. So okay, yeah. So with that, Groff, you head up. You're kind of like poking one of them with like the shaft of your arrow. As he's just like,
I think we should just put them out of their misery at this point.
it's not. I'm not dead. I just sprained my knee running.
You'll never run the same way again, lad. Let me ease your pain.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
Imagine
Well-
it's the Monty Python skit of "Bring out your dead." I'm not dead.
I'm not
yet," And he
dead.
just smacks him in the head with the helmet.
But with between Ravenchuck, Smith, Gerard, Wu, you're attempting to help, but you're noticing that your skills with this, you are aiding those, you're aiding Gerard and Ravenchuck, and Smith in their attempts to help these soldiers. And after about a half an hour or so, you finally get it to a point where the soldiers are more comfortable. They're no longer in pain and moaning. And you have a moment to rest. And it's at that point that you hear footsteps coming down from the main entrance. And it's there that you see Rurik and why do I not have his picture? There it is. It's there that you see Rurik and Quan with some of the other guards coming down in, and they see you, attending to these to these guard, and Rurik walks in. You can see that he has blood on him. Quan likewise has blood coating him. Some of the other guard are coming up. They're kind of, like holding their arms and stuff like that. Bit of blood, dripping down them. Some of them have scratches and claw marks across their chests. Rurik walks up to your group, says, How did you fare? Are they dealt with out on the east side?
Do I need to pull the head out again?
You can
That's
use
Oh
your words.
God!
Yeah.
Oh.
Groff, who just wanted to put down some healthy soldiers, is like, you should probably use your words, lad.
Yes. Yes, we took care of it. And he kind of like lifts up his whatever's draped over the head of
Okay.
the leader and kind of shows that it's attached to his hip. Yep.
Uh,
Here's the leader's head right here.
You hear Marta in the back. Oh my God! And like she's kind of like catching. She noticed the head. Rurik nods and he says, "I recognize this man. This Thorhan. I'm surprised to see his face around here.
Did he have a bounty on his head?
He was one of the top charges in the Wolf tribe. He has committed many
Was.
crimes.
Was one of the top charges.
I am sure there is somebody in one of the 10 towns that might have a bounty on him. You might find
I,
a little luck in Bryn Shander with that.
All right, so I pull out my folders and binders and start taking notes.
Yep, right there. He is. So that was Thohan Rindrek. He was a pack alpha of the Wolf tribe. And whenever, when you're saying this, Quan is standing behind Rurik, and Rurik looks back and says, I commend your friend. He is a fierce fighter. He claims that he has abilities that he was not able to demonstrate, but aside from that, I was grateful that he was willing to fight alongside of us. It was as we feared. The Wolf tribe was trying to route around the north side. We believe that they were going to go after the gem mine. So it will, while I don't suppose that the tribe is going to attempt anything soon, especially with their numbers so thinned now. We will have to increase security there. And he looks at you, Wu, and says, I hope that your tree thing that you have given to Trex is a good security investment.
I hope it is as well, as long as we can get it grown in time.
Yes. Well, I will tend to my men. I am going to need a sit down myself. He looks over at one of the guards who seems a little bit better, who seems a little in better shape, and he says, "Let town speaker Mastu know of the situation. The Wolf tribe has been dealt with." And this one, he nods, and he takes off up the flight of stairs and out of the east side.
I hate to interrupt, but I didn't catch the legendary Pokemon. It ran away from me.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad to hear that.
How about the other people that were in the raid?
I wasn't even there.
Oh my god. So with that, you guys have now the opportunity to rest and relax if there's anything you want to do. As Marta has Marta will come up to all of you, and she'll say, I don't suppose you're looking for a place to stay tonight.
That was the plan.
Okay.
Conveniently, we are, yeah.
Well, I only have one room, as I'm going to have to kind of move everybody into a room for the night. So it is a communal room, so there is 3 beds. So there should be 2 of them are pretty big. So they should be big enough for all of you.
How
Groff
much
will
is
grab Gerard's shoulder and be like, well, bunkmate, you're with me.
I instantly just start shuddering and everything. Listen. You know I already summoned all the animals I can, right? I can't summon any more.
Is that a threat?
Yes.
so?
Is it
Wu
a threat by saying I can't summon a walrus, or?
Oh, is that where you're going with that? No, you'll do just fine.
Where's Cairo?
Yeah. What does Wu say?
Wu's gonna ask how much for the night for that room.
Well, with everything that went on, Um, 1 gold will cover the whole thing.
Wu kind of nods and says okay, and hands her 2 gold. And is there a place to kind of just relax while we're in here before we head off to bed, or
Yeah,
is it
there's
just...
like the main
Okay.
it's basically just like the main lobby area. That's where the hearth is. That's where that's where she is. That's where like all these guards are currently, as she's now helping them move into their rooms.
So Wu's gonna pay for the room,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's gonna pull Smith aside and have a chat with him.
Okay. So while that chat is going on, Raven, Chuck, Gerard, and Groff, what are you guys doing?
I guess I'll hang out in the common room for a little bit with my 6 million animal companions.
Yeah.
Same. I'll just hang out in the common room.
Okay.
I'll
Groff.
I'll use my reaction. Fuck you, Smith.
Do you think I could convince Altman to go ahead and have Kyra sing the Pokemon theme song for me eventually? And
I mean, Kyra is an NPC, so that's not out of the question.
yeah, but I feel like I gotta ask him
Probably
to
more in
do
the
it.
question now.
Yeah, be my guest. Oh, hey, Justin, by the way, I was looking through my bags of dice, realized I have Kavarda's dice, and look what has been in there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Inspiration
it's the
that he
inspiration
never
dice
used.
that Justin used to use.
I just found that bag I have of them still.
Oh, really? I'll get this one to you as soon as I can.
He can have it if he wants it.
I have his dice. Like, I have all of his dice.
Does he want his
Which
well, all right.
I don't
reminds
know.
me, I'll ask about that later, Lucas, because pertaining to him, because I haven't heard from him since he said he was like in the hospital, and I don't know if he's
Yeah.
out of the hospital or not.
That I
figured
don't
you
know.
might know.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, yeah, we can always shoot a message. We'll discuss
True.
that in off time.
Later.
Just
Yep.
add him to this call.
Oh yeah, totally.
What? So we can play his 2 dead D&D characters from this
2.
campaign?
Yep.
Yes. Also, Groff's gonna hang out in the common room with them, and I'm gonna run get a drink real quick.
All right, cool. Okay, so you guys are sitting here in the common room. The way, kind of imagine, the walls of it are made of stone. It's kind of this round, this large round domed area. There is a hearth in the direct center, and there's kind of these benches that are splayed out around that, and then beyond there is some smaller tables that you can sit at. On these outer walls, though, there are the tunnels that lead out into the different branching areas. So while you have a minute to rest, Marta is going through helping these guards in. So, Aaron, if you want to talk to Smith, take it away.
So Smith, I noticed your weapon came kind of close to my face.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Is there something that we need to talk about, or is this something that your weapon's deciding to do?
To be honest, I'm kind of fighting with it. It's kind of compelling me to do things, to be honest.
Is there anything that we can work out to make it where that doesn't happen again?
I don't know. This is the first time it's actually done this. Up until now, it was just kind of a voice in my head, but that was pretty scary. What happened? We almost attacked you. Just barely missed.
So, see if you can talk to it and strike a deal that any monsters that, when you and I are close together, I will hold the monsters for you to strike down. And if you come to kill it and there's a bounty on it, we'll split the reward at a percentage to be determined.
That sounds good, but I don't know if it can be reasoned with. But we can certainly try. Is it
Alright.
saying you're doing anything during all this?
When you say, we can most certainly try, you do get this feeling. In that moment, you feel this presence that is coming from your sword. And Smith, you hear a voice familiar to you in your head that goes, "If you wish to strike a deal, say it as much."
Yeah, does that sound good, I guess?
When you ask that, where do you have your sword? Do you have it like held out in front of you? Do you just like have it set in front of you? Or are you holding it? What's the situation?
I'd be holding it out in front of me at this point.
Okay. As you say this, you have your
Again.
sword out. You're having this conversation with Wu. And you say, is this a good option? All of a sudden, you see a split, a crack, form in the sword. One that races from the handle all the way up to the tip of the blade. And as soon as this happens, it splits into two. A shower of ice shards explodes out as this happens, and they begin to swirl around you. Your vision becomes completely obscured. The two of you lose complete sight of everywhere that you were. You no longer see the east side that you were in. You no longer see Groff, Urard, Ravenchuck, none of their companions. You are in this like blanketed, swirling mass of ice and snow.
So, is this where you announced that we got a sponsorship by the new Bleach series that is coming by Disney Plus?
Oh, God. No, because this is a good thing, not something terrible. So, the rest of you, Groff, Urard, Ravenchuck, you notice that Wu and Smith are talking, and Smith has his sword held out in front of him, and then he says something to it, depending on if you're paying that much attention, I would say at least with your passives, Groff, I would say Groff, you hear Smith kind of say something to his sword, and then all of a sudden you'd see the two of them just kind of like limp back in their seats. Or not like limp, but a slump. They slump back in their seats, and you can see that the sword has that even though like Smith's his shoulders have kind of slumped, he's still holding the sword out in front of him, and their eyes have rolled back into their heads.
Nice.
Well, let's see here.
Before I continue, do any of you want to try and do anything?
Well, that's a 6 for medicine, so I'm going to try and put them out of their misery.
Yeah, they look like they've just like passed out. Like this is what you would imagine walking into a tavern and seeing somebody who's passed out, but like their eyes are almost completely white.
So I don't see
I'll draw
anything or
everybody
anything.
else's attention and point that out to them real quick.
Yeah. Urard and Ravenchuck, the two of you see Smith and Wu kind of in this like comatose, catatonic state.
Well, this is new.
Can I figure out what's going on with them?
You can roll me a medicine check or Arcana. I'll leave it up to you.
I think I'm gonna go with Arcana because that's a +7.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna need that +7.
So you're looking at this, the main thing that you notice is that the sword in Smith's hands, while the rest of his body has gone kind of limp, the sword is still held, at attention almost. And you know that Smith has this magical sword, this sword that kind of embodies these ice powers. But you don't know much beyond the sword. Unfortunately, you were not there whenever he obtained this sword.
Hey, Erard?
Yeah.
Do you know how Smith obtained the sword he's holding?
It was encased in ice, being held by an ice devil, and he kind of took the sword out and so forth. With I'm, I, to my knowledge, it was just a magic sword. I didn't realize it was possessed by whatever god or evil being is inside of that sword. But I guess it tried
So,
killing Wu.
think that there's a demon inside the sword, and maybe might have tried to kill Wu. I saw them talking before. Maybe the demon did something to him?
It's a possibility. I mean, um, I guess I was gonna
This really isn't
damn.
my area of expertise. I'm more of a, you get a cut, I can heal that.
Yeah, and I kind of already used the power that would allow me to even see that because I used up my identify spell. Uh, what would I roll to even get like a general sense of this? Would it be Arcana?
Arcana,
I
yeah.
I do get advantage, but I do have a +0.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
think you
that's an
could
at
ritual
20.
cast Identify? Or that.
Um,
That's
he already cast Identify that day.
Oh.
So you start to look at this thing. As you do, you kind of focus in on this. The goggles start to give off this almost cursed energy from the sword. But there's something else. It is almost an innate evil that you have not felt before. And as you're staring at this, there's just this almost divine essence to that evil energy. And that's where we're going to jump over to the other two. Smith and Wu. As the two of you look around in this moment, you are you can still see each other. And as you look about, trying to take in everything that's happening, the ice and snow storm that is blowing around you begins to expand outward. And from that, you now start to see your surroundings change. You're no longer sitting in this warm, cozy environment where there's the hearth in front of you and your companions. You are now standing on what appears to be a platform made of ice. There are 6 pillars to your left and right. And as this scene expands out, you see rising before you is a large platform, almost where a throne would be poised for a lord or king to sit upon to address his subjects. And as the floor expands out, it starts to form these almost cathedral temple-like walls. You can see that the glass in them views out to an aurora borealis looking light that kind of moves and shifts. And atop this platform, that icy storm that had enraptured around you begins to coalesce and collect itself into what is still this very large mist of ice and snow. And as the two of you look at this, you can actually see off to the right and left of this, there are these kind of carved icy reliefs of what appears to be like an icy figure draped in armor with a wicked looking smile on its face. And as the two of you stand here on this platform, you hear the voice, Smith, this is a voice very familiar to you. You hear a voice call out that says, "If a deal is going to be made in regards to what I get, we will do it in my domain."
And who are you?
I am the spirit of icy vengeance. I am the Boreas. I am the spirit that embodies the weapon that he wields. It is I that thirst for the blood of the denizens of that world. And it is I that have given him the power to complete his training, to become a powerful warrior, and to slay the usurper Oral.
Interesting. So what do you want?
I want the blood of those that serve her. I want the blood of the creatures that walk her claimed lands. And I want you out of my way.
Who is her?
The one they call the Frostmaiden. The liar who sits upon a seat of deceit, who claims the title of Queen of Ice. The Lord of Ice title belongs to one and one only.
Okay. So what happens when we kill her and you obtain her blood?
Then he shall reclaim his throne, and the world will be right.
He who?
The Lord of Stygia, Levistus. Both of you roll me a religion check. Actually, religion or history. Wu, you have heard this name from your time at the Dale. You've been there since you were a child. One of the things that the townsfolk would often yell at those who stole, especially children, or those who are lying or anything like that. They would often shout at them that Levistus was gonna come for them. You never really got like a full understanding of what that threat or that like boogeyman style threat was. And so the name is familiar to you and you kind of have that relation. But beyond that, you really don't know.
Okay.
Smith, on the other hand, this name is fairly familiar to you. Kind of in the same vein, the village that you grew up in, the Elder, as a child, you know, kind of the same boogeyman story. Anybody who was caught lying or cheating or doing something treacherous was often told that the one of the devils, Levistus, was going to come to you and take you away. when you got a little bit older, you kind of you kind of confronted your elder about this, and he explained that in the more the giant pantheon is separate from like the other more like chthonic pantheon, the one, or sorry, not the chthonic, the abyss, no, infernal, yeah, the infernal, where in the 9 hells, each one having its own biome and lord. The 5th one belongs to Levistus. It is the 5th level of hell, known as the Stygia, is a frozen wasteland, and trapped inside of an iceberg within the Stygia is a devil known as Levistus. That he was trapped there because he tried to betray Asmodeus, the lord, the like kind of all father of devils, as well as his daughter Glacia, who is also one of the lords of the 9. When your elder told you this story, you kind of had this thought that there's a lot of stories out there like this, but your elder told you that he had interacted one time with this drow who had escaped from the Underdark, from the city of Menzoberranzan, who explained that there are a lot of male drow who worship and praise Levistus because he is a devil that will aid you in a final moment of escape, and that in return he asks for your soul. But your elder explained that this drow who told him this explained that in a lot of cases, these drow who eventually do escape their imprisonment find their death at the hands of those who worship Levistus, as he is not only known as the Lord of Stygia, or the Frozen Prince, he is also known as the Prince of Betrayal. So that is what you know.
I'm sorry, who's known as the Prince of Betrayal?
Levistus. He's
Oh,
like,
that's the guy we're trying to bring back?
no. Levistus is a lord of one of the levels of the 9 hells. He's like one of the top ranking devils.
I mean, that's the one the swords is trying to bring back.
The sword, yes, the sword is saying that whenever she kills Arl and the blood of Arl flows across her blade, she can use that to allow Levistus to be free and to return to the world.
What does that mean for like everyone else, like the common folk?
Really bad.
What?
Like Arl is keeping Icewind Dale kind of in like a frozen but habitable state of despair. From what you know of Levistus, based on what your village elder, what your chieftain had told you, Levistus would probably be worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll share that information with Woo.
And you hear this voice, and it says, "If you wish to wield my power, if you want the means to put an end to her, the one who sits on a throne of lies, then you will do as I say." And she looks at you, Smith, and she says, "If you wish for this power, and you wish to be powerful, to see to it, to your end goals, you will slay him. so he cannot pose a threat to what I need.
So who are we trying to kill now? The Frostmaiden or the devil?
She is
Why not both?
She is telling Smith, in fact, to slay Wu. And Smith, you get that
Oh, wow.
when she says this, you know, like you feel that almost like not a pull, but like that like, momentary ping that you have gotten from this sword in times past, when it has told you to, like one of the first times that you felt this when Groff had his back turned and you felt this almost drive to lift your sword and swing it. When she says to slay him, you know that she is referring to Wu.
Now, is this actually like a creature that's talking to us?
It's like a swirling kind of mist of ice and snow. It is this on the map.
Stab it! Woo, kill it and take its head.
It is what?
You're not here, Gerard.
Sorry. Then let me rephrase that. I'm metagaming and telling you, take its head.
Is Wu still really low on HP, by the way?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Needs to know when he takes your soul.
I'm gonna be like, whoa, we don't need to go that far. How about
You
we strike a
stand
deal?
in my way.
I do not.
I must know that Smith is willing to do what it takes to accomplish his goals, to accomplish our goals, to end the reign of the Frostmaiden.
Do it.
I would like to help you in ending the reign of the Frostmaiden. So how about we strike a deal?
My deal stands.
Not gonna happen.
You wish to turn away the gifts that I have bestowed to you? The power I have given to you? For what?
One second.
Mhm.
Um. Okay. Can you repeat what you said? Sorry.
She said she whenever you say it's not going to happen, she says, then you turn down the gifts that I have given you, the power I have bestowed upon you, so that you may see to it to our goals? For what?
I'd rather not throw away this power you bestowed upon me, but I'm not willing to go that far to keep it.
And your loyalty wanes. And I will find one who will stay loyal. And she, Wu,
Yeah.
in this moment, you hear a voice in your head. Same voice. Smith, you don't hear this one. And she says, slay him. Prove your worth to me, and I will give you the gifts of my power.
How much?
Slay the one who turns away the power.
So I am going to pull out one of my daggers.
Okay.
I am going to act like I am going to attack Smith and throw the dagger at the shadow.
Okay. Um.
And
mhm.
respond, I will never attack my friends.
Um. As soon as you do this, so Smith, you hear this voice that you've slowly gotten accustomed to over the time that you've had this sword, as it is telling you to strike down your friend. And then you hear silence. The crinkle, the slight crack of ice, that tinkles around you is all you can sense. And then you see Wu to your right as he pulls a dagger and turns towards you. And as he steps closer, he whips the dagger into this mist. As soon as this happens, you hear this blood-curdling scream as you hear that voice yell, "Traitor!" And as soon as this happens, you see the mist begins to swirl inwards, and it coalesces into a shape in front of you that appears to be of an elven woman, but made of complete and solid ice. And as soon as that happens, you can see that she is wielding these two swords in her hands, that appear to be the two broken halves of Boreas. And when this form takes hold, you see that she disappears into a swirl of ice and then reappears directly in front of the two of you. At this moment, you see in this square pattern around you an ice wall beginning to form upwards. This very much reminds the two of you of the time that you were in the temple of when the two of you were in the temple when you first got the Boreas sword. I did not mean to do it in that material. I meant to do it in a see-through material. Blocks movement but not vision. That's what I wanted. And as these walls rise up, you can see that the statues, these pillars that are around you, they begin to crumble and shatter as they start to take flight. From them appear these creatures that appear like imps. They have long, elongated noses, wings, but they seem to be made out of ice. When this happens, though, the cathedral around you begins to shatter and crumble to pieces. Oh, sorry. I meant to give you a bit of a look of ignore the bow, but that's kind of what you're looking at. But she is made of solid ice. And when this happens, the cathedral around you begins to shatter. Those of you on the outside, Groff, Gerard, and Ravenchuck, the three of you see Smith as you are having this conversation. Everything inside of this realm was going on. And as Ravenchuck and Gerard were, trying to discern this what was going on with this sword, you see the crack in this sword begin to grow and split further and further and eventually it shatters and sends ice everywhere around you. All of a sudden, the three of you are in this cathedral.
Oh, God damn it. I look around and I go, well, this is different than whenever my god drags me in.
Man, I really wanted a long rest before whatever this is happened.
So I gotta get rid of the light that Smith is carrying because... Oh, didn't mean to get rid of vision. There we go.
No, he doesn't need to see. It's fine.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, Jared, which companions do you have right now?
Would have,
Because I know
'cause
you
it
have
was-
the wolf.
because we switched out Albot for the wolf, I thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've been keeping track of the health and whatnot, and Albot's at 0, Chris is at 12, Wolf is at 6, so I switched out the Albot with the wolf.
Okay, so you have Chris and the wolf.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing to keep track
That's
of them.
fine.
I've been depleting their health to 0 or putting them at max when I have them out.
Gotcha. Oh.
Figured it's easier to track that way for myself, since I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if you count the Raven that I summoned,
Oh yeah. For what
which
it's
is still flying off somewhere.
worth, I do have new tokens for Jared's companions, and I personally love the little flying snake because it's more cartoony than anything.
Look at him, he's adorable. Those are the eyes of death and destruction.
That's right.
Gave me googly eyes.
So when you all appear, you see, much like the last time that you were at that temple when you were helping out the folks in Bryn Shander, when you had gone to reclaim the symbol of Lathander that was there, in order to take it back to Michonne and take it back to Copper. You see Smith and Wu standing inside of this glassy, icy, like arena almost. And you see this elven woman made of ice standing in front of them.
Question,
Yes.
just because I'm staring at the map and it looks similar, is this similar to the Ice Devil one that we did, just more complete and not destroyed?
This is not the same temple, but it kind of has the same feel to that.
Okay. Just because you said they were in the ice thing and whatnot, and okay,
Right. Yeah,
continue.
yeah. So at this point, I need everyone to roll initiative.
I get advantage on that, right?
Do you? I
'Cause
don't know.
I do not.
Okay.
But
The answer is
you know,
yes.
you can
Yes.
give it to me.
You
That'd
get
be
it.
great.
For what it's worth, I'll post a picture in the chat. That's what the temple looked like, from the Frozen Temple that you guys went to, and with that, there was a lot more pillars, and there was that open cavern that led out into the icy abyss down farther, and the Ice Devil was kind of like perched out of the center of it. Just waiting on Ravenchuck. Tear it.
Yeah, sorry. One
Oh, good.
second. I was clicking it, but nothing was happening.
Oh, gotcha.
Hey.
So, as soon as you three appear in here, you can see these where these pillars once stood, because you can actually see the bottom of them are still intact. Why does my map look like that? What is going on?
The map that I'm looking at looks fine.
No. It's it was the map on apparently there's an ability to do like a grid or something on the map. And I just was not expecting it to just show all the stuff.
No.
That's really cool. I didn't know that okay, that's different. But yeah, like I said, the three of you can see that where these pillars once stood, these flying ice creatures have appeared out, and they do appear to be charging in your direction. So top of the order is Ravenchuck.
I'm gonna use Firebolt on I6.
Okay.
And I miss.
That is a critical miss, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. Always remove these from initiative. All right.
I believe that's all I can do.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to do anything else. All right. So these things are going to.
Beef Chuck will hold his turn. Forgot about him.
Okay. What exactly is he holding for?
He's when one of them gets close enough, he's gonna attack it.
Okay. So if they get within range of you, you're going to attack them.
Yeah.
Okay. One quick second, because for some reason, this. Alrighty then. So you have Beef Chuck preparing for that. So you can see that that's 5, 10, 15, 20. So you can see that these ice creatures, they just sort of meld through this thick icy wall that is separating you from that interior where Smith and Wu are.
So are those walls on the ground, or are they
Where that blue square is, where that thick blue square, what? Where? Here.
just like 10 feet next to me?
Yes. Oh no, this is not. This is just part of the floor design.
That's floor. Okay, cool.
But yeah, this area
But those
here.
are walls.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I gotta bring the grid back. There it is. And okay. Right. Yeah. I was gonna fly overhead. So Gerard, one of these comes down, it flies down from where it was fluttering a moment ago and goes to scratch you with its claws.
God, please no.
That's a 22 to hit.
If I told you that misses without you checking, would you believe me?
Make it do double damage.
Wait, say that again?
I said if I told you that misses, but don't check to prove me wrong, would you believe me?
No, I would not.
No, well, fuck.
Yeah. You are going to take 5 slashing damage and 4 cold damage. And
Ow. I trigger Misty Escape. Once per short rest, when you take damage, you can use a reaction to turn invisible and teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. You remain invisible till the start of your next turn or until you attack or cast a spell.
what is this?
Misty Escape.
The fuck is that? Oh, I see that. Huh. Interesting.
A power that warlocks get?
Since when do warlocks get that?
What
It's
else do you
probably
have?
whatever bullshit. It's probably with Pact of the Chain, in all honesty. Because keep in mind as well, I have the expanded spell list and so forth, so I also just flat out have Misty Step.
Still, that's as far as
What
I know.
happened to
That's
Aaron?
yeah. What he always has internet issues. Huh. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it has to be your otherworldly patron. It has to be Celestial.
It's under my It's directly under my Eldritch versatility, so I don't know if it's part of that or
Yeah, like I said, it just says starting at 6 levels. So
yeah,
I've that's when you get an otherworldly like patron ability, but I've never seen that one. So, like I said, could just be tied to your oh no,
whatever
that's right. You're an
bullshittery.
archfey. You're not
Yep.
celestial. You're an archfey.
No,
That is exactly what it is. Misty Escape. Okay.
because
Um.
we made him literally a fae because he's a small little floating
Yeah.
cabbage rabbit.
All right. So go ahead and move your character wherever you want. Well, within 60 feet.
We're just going straight to the corner away from everything.
Okay. And this one is going to attack Ravenchuck with a 20 to hit, and I believe that does hit.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm guessing my snake can't attack him when he attacks me.
Actually, he could. I didn't know if you wanted to cast Shield because I know you have that as a reaction.
Oh. Uh.
I like I said, I know that you had that as reaction. I just didn't know if you wanted to use that.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you cast Shield as soon as this thing goes to claw at you. Your AC jumps up to 22 until your next turn, and Beef Chuck gets an attack on this thing as it is within reach. So go ahead and roll for the rend attack. That beautiful +7.
Lucas, we didn't rest, did we?
No, you didn't get a chance to.
Okay. Was there not a...
For some reason I don't think there is. But if you do your firebolt, it's the same modifier, so it would be the same.
I thought there was at one point,
I thought there was too.
but I'm not seeing it. So
Yeah, like I said, if you do yeah, okay. So that is going to hit. And then that is 1d8 plus 3.
Which one's he attacking?
The one directly behind him.
I6. The one
I6.
that
Okay.
Yes.
we attacked previously.
yay, almost max damage. Just add 3.
All right. So
I
10
couldn't figure out
points.
how to do that.
All right. So when you hit this one, it is kind of knocked back. But yeah, so Beef Chuck, this thing comes at you. You cast Shield. Beef Chuck goes up, snaps at it. You can see that it breaks off a piece of it, but the thing's wings are still active, and it is still in the air, moving around. Groff.
All right. Make this quick because I got to poop. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark
Okay.
on I4.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to click that. And then do my first attack using my Blessed Bow of the Black Glacier.
Okay.
So it's going to be 19 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
Okay. So that is 12 plus... Where is it? 8. So 20 for my first attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to be 27 to hit it
Jesus
with my
Christ.
extra attack.
Okay.
which is 9 plus 4, so 13 more.
All right. Hold on.
Is it alive yet still?
So when you hit it with that first shot, you see this thing almost blows apart. But you can see there is still a bit of it hanging on. You pull back your bow, take a second shot. The moment you do, it pierces this thing. But upon its death, Jared, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for Chris as well as for Neogiri.
Okay. Neogiri's damage is just my damage.
That is correct. Just goes
Well,
off.
actually, yeah, he
he's
has
got a
his own
D-
hit points, but
well, he does, but it goes off of it. It goes off of your pool.
well, good
Hey, real
thing that
quick-
Chris gets a +4 to dexterity.
Real quick, because I
Oh.
really got to poop.
Yes.
Does a 14 hit I6?
A 14 does hit I6.
Okay, I'm going to roll
Chris
damage
only got
and
an
then go
11.
poop.
Sure thing.
Chris got an 11.
Here's a way.
Okay, there's my
Neogiri
damage. I'll be
got
back.
a 15.
Okay.
Or join a coven, I can do every kind of magic.
So,
That's why I'm the most powerful witch on the Boiling Isles.
when Groff shoots this first one, the first arrow hits hits this little ice creature. I'm gonna call it what it is. It's an ice mephit. When it hits this ice mephit, you see that it almost blows it apart, but there is still some substance left to it. So Groff takes another shot. As soon as he does, this thing explodes in a spray of ice that pepper at Chris and Neogiri. Jared, you are going to take 3 points of damage. Chris is going to take the same 3 because you both succeeded your dexterity save. As you almost feel like you got sprayed with this ice. And I also need Raven Chuck to roll a dexterity saving throw for himself and Beef Chuck. And Jared, I need you to roll one for the wolf.
All right, we still got to make up a name for this wolf.
All right. Well, I failed.
Beta.
That is also a 15 for the wolf because he has +2.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
God, I just realized the wolf and Neogiri both have a +4 to stealth and +3 to perception. The only difference between them is literally the perception.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because one's no, perception's still the same. Oh, passive perception is slightly different.
It's literally off by 1. Other than that, they're the same creature.
Hey,
Oh, I know why.
Lucas,
Yo.
what is my Steel Defender's dex modifier?
Your Steel Defender's dex save is going to be 1 plus your proficiency bonus, so it's a +4.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at your if you look under your actions where your Steel Defender information, saving throw, you have a +4 on Dex and a +5 on Con. So you're gonna roll a D20.
I look everywhere except for action.
Yeah, yeah. So you're gonna roll a D20 plus.
I looked.
4.
Ooh, that was close. It almost
Okay.
went on a 4.
You know what? Being that you rolled that high, and yours was so close, so Gerard, you watch as that first method explodes in a spray of ice, and as soon as that happens, Groff turns to shoot the one that is floating above Ravenchuck. He pulls back his bowstring, shoots the arrow. This one explodes in a similar fashion. You see your wolf jump back. It's going to take 4 points of that piercing damage as well, or slashing damage, sorry. Ravenchuck, you see in this moment as these ice shards are coming at you, and in that moment, your Steel Defender, he quickly, Beefchuck wraps you almost up in his tail as these spikes hit into that. Only a few of them are able to penetrate through his thick steel coat. So both you and your steel defender are only going to take 4 points of slashing. Up next is going to be Wu.
All right.
Now,
Question.
Wu, yes.
No, go ahead. Say what you were going to
The
say.
ice method that is in there is not there for you. It is
Okay.
simply traversing through that area. So just go ahead and ignore him.
That's what my question was going to be.
Yep.
So, bonus action going big.
Okay. Bonus action going big. Yes.
Sorry. Everything just like froze. So I'm like, all right. So I'm going to move up. God damn it. D&D Beyond. And then, you know what? I want to do something different. I'm going to grapple.
Okay. Okay. So we are still using the old rules so far for grappling. So, to attempt to grapple, you need to roll an athletics check, which I know you get advantage. And Boreas needs to roll an acrobatics. That's a 17. Aaron. Aaron.
I think Aaron's dead.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah.
I just barely beat you, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Just by 1 point. So as you wrap your arms around her, she's trying to like wriggle and writhe away, but you are holding her tight in that moment.
And I'm going to like whisper and yell into her ear.
Mhm.
Swear fealty to us.
God damn it. You gotta do it right. Swear fealty.
I only did it so you could do it better.
I know. Now keep in mind, this does replace one of your attacks. So she is currently grappled, and you still do have another attack.
Would unarmed strike? Or would I be able to attack with a weapon?
You could attack with a Charlatan saber. I mean, there's no like, defined specific way that you have to grapple. I mean, you could have basically like gone up and like wrapped your legs around hers to like something like that. I mean, you still have access to your stuff as long as you have it. You have at least one hand.
Okay.
Ooh.
12.
That is going to miss. All right. So down here, these things are going to move ever closer to the group sequestered down here in the corner. That one just won't be able to attack. Smith, you have just watched as this winter eladrin, this ice elf, just formed in front of you. You saw these icy walls appear up from this square, these ice mephits breaking out of these pillars. Your companions now called into this place as the mephits start to bombard them. You watch as Wu grows in size next to you and runs up and grabs this elf in front of you, this personification of Boreas. And you realize in this moment, you don't have the Boreas sword with you anymore.
Do I get advantage or anything, or no?
She's grappled but not incapacitated, so hold on. Let me look at one quick thing. Cuz I don't even think I'm so off and on about wanting to implement stuff from the new UA and like at the same time not.
So it's like a humanoid. It's like an elven creature. Looks like.
Yeah, it is. This is like like I said, this is the personification of the spirit that you have been listening to. You know what? No, I am going to use the new grappled condition because I actually like the new grappled condition. I'm still ambivalent on whether or not I will do like, how to grapple, like using an unarmed strike, but Aaron, real quick, roll that attack again because grappled creatures are now going to have. Or wait, no, sorry, never mind. Grappled creatures, you don't have advantage on them. They have disadvantage on their attack rolls against other creatures other than the grappler. So.
Okay.
But yeah, so Smith, you would not get advantage, but she is immobile in this moment.
Is she holding like physical swords?
She is. You see in her hand are what appear to be the two halves of the Boreas sword that you have been lugging around Icewind Dale for almost, a week now. That you have grown intimately familiar with that sword.
Hmm. Um,
Yeah, Lucas, I'll be right back. If you need me, message me.
Okay.
I'm thinking using command, but no, I'm not. I'm just gonna rage an attack. A reckless
Okay.
attack. So I still have my great axe, right?
You do. And in fact, when you grab your great axe from your back, there's almost this familiarity. It's you've had the Boreas sword now for almost a week, and you have been through a lot with it. But whenever you pull your great axe off of your back, there is a familiarity with it.
Nice. All right. Let's do it. Some of that hits.
Oh yeah.
14 damage for my first attack. 7 Divine Fury. Second attack. Come on. I'm gonna re-roll that. A little bit better. 10 damage.
All right, so that was a total of 19. So your Divine Fury, when you do that, you realize that your great axe, you've been so used to this necrotic energy coming from your Boreas sword. When you swing with your great axe, there's almost a glint of light coming from it, a warmth, this radiant energy. So the damage that you deal from your Divine Fury with this attack is radiant. So that's 19 plus, that's 27. And you can see that this cuts a deep gash across her. As you hear that same shrill cry come from her, as Wu has her Wu has her grappled. All right. And just you did rage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I did not account for your extra 2 points of damage on each one.
Oh no, I verbally mentioned it. I don't know if you paid attention to that.
No, yeah, that's what I didn't,
Okay.
and I was just looking at the numbers on the screen, so. All right. So 5, 10, 15, 30. All right, Gerard, you can hear the chaos going on inside of this icy arena in the center of the room. And as these ice mephits are coming down and attacking, once they're killed, you're watching as they explode in this shower of ice.
That's our cue.
I'm watching these creatures phase through the ice thing, right?
Correct. Yes, the two that are inside of here are just imperceptible.
Also, I'm no longer invisible because it was only until the beginning of my next turn.
Gotcha.
Just letting you know, because we made that mistake already with one of my abilities in P5.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to, if I go here,
Yep.
are these guys about 15 feet away?
Yeah. Actually, they are right within that area.
Right. I'm going to use Fey Presence. Once per short rest, as an action, you can cause each creature. Oh, I need 10 feet, so I got to get a hair closer. I would be right up against them. We'll just target these two then with 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use Fey Presence. Since they have to make a Wisdom saving throw of DC 15 or become charmed or frightened. My choice.
Right, DC 15 Wisdom save or become charmed.
Or frightened. My choice.
Frightened. I have to look at something.
You're checking to see if they can be charmed or frightened.
I legit am looking to see something.
I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, let me roll some wisdom saves. We got 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all fail.
All right,
Son of a
sweet.
bitch.
I'm gonna make them frightened because
Okay.
now they cannot walk towards us or towards where the fear is,
That is true.
which means they can't really come towards me or the group, and
Yep.
they have to essentially can't. That's about it. They can't willingly move closer to us, and a frightened creature has disadvantage as long as I'm within line of sight.
Uh-huh. Yes, that is all true.
Now, given that was my action,
It was your action.
if only
Um,
I had a bonus action. Oh, wait! I don't need a bonus action, because as a bonus action, I can make Neoguri fight dirty. Your companion doesn't shy away from dirty tactics to win fights. As a bonus action, it needs to hit an attack. Damn!
Yeah, as a bonus
I was
action after one of its attacks hit. Yep.
I was gonna make him go ahead and start throwing shit.
I like where your mind was going with that.
You can overrule it. Just
Um
if you count the Fey presence as an attack.
the enemy suffers.
If not, then I know what I'm
still
gonna do as a bonus
it's still gonna
action.
suffer disadvantage on its next attack. So we can definitely say that like Neogiri like uses his claws, digs into the ice that makes up the floor, just like sprays it up into the air. As you know, part of this whole thing.
Because the only other bonus action that I was gonna do was I was just gonna forge an elemental weapon so I have it for my next turn. If not,
that's fine. You can do that. That's entirely up to you.
all right, then I'll do that
we
because
could say that
they
that's your
already
bonus
have
action.
disadvantage. Yep.
Right. All right. What were you making it out of?
Fire. Gonna use whoever's lantern is around, which I'm assuming somebody here has a lantern.
Actually, nobody has a lantern.
Oh no.
So unfortunately, fire is not. Well, yeah, no, because nobody. You guys were all sitting in the tavern, or you guys were all sitting in the inn. So around you, we could argue
Could
that
we?
there. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, if you want to argue, Neoguri is magically inspired, so he does get a cantrip, and we could just say he gets the cantrip of light. Because we never gave him a cantrip.
Yeah, we never gave him a cantrip. Which one were you saying?
Oh, I know there was a cantrip that was fire, and I don't
But like
remember what the hell
control
it's called.
flames.
Yeah, something like that. But even then, isn't that only?
Yeah, that's more about like expanding it or extinguishing it.
Create bonfire is a cantrip. You create a bonfire on the ground that you can see within range.
I will say that you could definitely do that on your next turn, if you wanted to do that.
Yeah. Okay, because I was gonna say the argument for that is I'm never gonna actually use create bonfire. I'll literally only do it to forge elemental weapons from him, since it would technically be 2 actions. Like Neoguri would have to use that action, then I use an action.
We can say after this maybe maybe like Neogiri carries a little lamp with him or like a little flame on him that he gets from his ethereal plane.
Okay.
But
all
right.
Okay. We'll do that next turn then.
Coolio. Where the fuck are you going, Justin?
Oh, huh.
Did your controller?
What the fuck are you? Why are you all the way up there?
Because it's picking up my controller inputs for the other game I'm playing.
Oh my god! I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Sorry,
It's all good.
I was doing that. I think I was over here.
You were somewhere.
I think I was there.
He was right behind me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put that down now.
No, I thought he was right. Yeah, right there.
All right.
That's
yeah, that's right. That's
so it is now Boreas's turn.
No, it's not. It's my animal companion's turn.
Oh shit, that's right. It is your animal companion's turn. So this one would not be down there yet. All right. So yeah, it's Chris and the wolf's turn.
All right. I'm going to have Chris go here. He's going to use flyby.
Yep.
Which, how high is the ceiling?
It's like almost imperceptible. It just kind of keeps going.
So he could easily fly over there, go ahead and do something, and then he can go ahead and fly upward.
Yes.
To get out of range. Cool. Okay. It's going to do bite attack. +6 to hit. That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And now that is 1 piercing, so he takes 1 piercing, and then 3d4 poison. So that's 9 poison damage.
All right. It is not dead.
And I'm gonna move the wolf there.
Okay.
And the wolf gets pack tactics. So he has advantage on this attack roll.
Okay.
He's also going to bite.
Okay.
That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. That's more than. Oh yeah, no, wow, I read that wrong.
So that's 2d4 plus 2 piercing.
Mhm.
So he does 8 piercing damage with his bite.
Oh, okay. Cool. I need both crit, or actually,
Oh,
I
the
need.
snake flew upward.
Yep, I need the wolf to make a dex save.
You're acting suspicious.
15.
So it is going to take 3 points of slashing as this mephit explodes in that similar spray.
Ow! Oh, whoops, that's healing. There we go. Okay.
All right. It is now
Anyway,
Boris's turn.
really
She's
going
going to attempt to break this
I3.
grapple. What? Oh, yeah, that one just has to move down. Thanks, buddy. Don't want him to be all the way up there
I
by
will be
himself.
right back. I'm going to go get my plate for dinner.
Right. Boris is now going to attempt to break this grapple. So, Woo, I need you to make an athletics check. Yeah, you see that she like thrusts around. Your hands start to get icy cold as she begins to exude this icy energy. While it doesn't hurt you, you can feel almost like your fingers becoming frostbitten. So she is no longer grappled. And what's that?
Was that her action?
That was her action. But you see that a swirl of ice and mist appear around her as she disappears and appears on the other side of this area. And she looks at you and you hear that voice. How dare you lay your hands on me? You have no idea what death awaits you.
Swear fealty to me and you'll stay alive.
All right. Swear fealty. Ravenchuck. That meets it. It beats it. This mephit comes down and hits you for 6 points of damage. Actually 5, because you have resistance to cold, so that negates its cold.
Oh, okay, good.
All right, but you are top of the order.
Yay. I'm going to shoot I5 with the firebolt. Hopefully I hit this time.
Okay. That hits.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, not bad damage.
All right. You blast this thing in front of you. I need you and Beefchuck to make dexterity saves.
Oh, crap.
As this blast of fire just obliterates this thing and it explodes out. You are going to take.
Oh, boy.
Ravenchuck is going to take 5 points of slashing, but Beefchuck is only going to take 2.
Alright. Jesus Christ. My rolls suck today.
All right. Okay. So It is
Can
the
Beef
meth.
Chuck attack I3?
Yes. Yeah, that one is down on the. That one is at least
Alright.
within range.
I'm back. Did I take any damage?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
There.
Oh my god.
That hits.
Okay. So you said a D8 or 2D8?
For him, for Beef Chuck, it is 1d8 plus 3.
Okay. Nine damage.
Right.
And that is my turn.
So this one that was frightened by Gerard, you see that it's flitting about. It has this like look of terror in its eyes. We're gonna do 75 and above. Okay. So it is not be able to do that. Okay. This one. Appearing out of the ice behind Groff, you see this Mephit peer its head out as its mouth opens wide, and you see this vortex of ice and snow spew out. Groff, Gerard, I need the two of you. Neogiri is going to be included in this. I need all three of you to make dexterity saving throws. Now, this one, Jared, is going to affect Neogiri on his own. Wow.
I hate this game.
Wow. Jared,
Sorry, what?
I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for yourself and Neogiri.
Okay. Sorry, I had a mouthful of food.
It's all good.
Okay, so I got 14. And Neoguri got a nat 1.
Ooh.
At least I'm not the only one.
So those who failed, unless you have resistance to cold, which I know Groff does. So Groff, you're going to take 2. Gerard, you're going to take 2. But Neogiri is going to take 4 points of cold damage. As this thing breathes out and exhales a cone of cold in your direction. I don't have my map showing.
Should I just use his health since we both had to individually roll for it?
Yes, since you both took the effect, it's going to affect each one of you individually.
Okay.
All right, so this one up here, I need to roll that same. Yay. Sweet. So you see that from this Mephit that has been frightened, you see this look of terror in its eyes as all of a sudden it squeezes its eyes closed, and you can see these tiny flecks of ice appearing off of it as those form into where the fuck did it go? Sorry. I think I fucked that up. Oh, no, I didn't. There it is. As appearing around this are 2 more ice Mephits, as it has summoned 2 to its aid. Groff, you have just watched this ice Mephit breathe a blast of cold at you, and the one that has been frightened by Gerard summons within it the capacity to create 2 more Mephits around it.
Which one did that?
Number 8.
That's cheating.
All right, let's aim for that one.
Okay.
Oh, that's
That
much
hits.
better. 27 to hit.
Yep.
And that's going to be 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Extra attack, 17 to hit
Yep.
for 10 more damage.
Okay. You shoot this thing. I need to make some deck saves. 1, 2. All right, so I'm going to say that it's the 2 that have only just been summoned that are going to avoid this. So you see this one explodes. As soon as it does, it sprays out that volatile spray of icy shards, and those batter into the ones that are flying here. Woo, back up to you. This elven personification of the sword's energy disappears in a mist of snow and is now behind you.
He's gonna kind of look over at Smith and be like, "Same verse as the last," and goes up and tries to grapple again.
All right. You know what? If we're gonna do some new UA, let's try the new UA way. So the way that this is gonna work, you're gonna make an unarmed strike, and if you hit her, that will be you able to grapple. I just kind of want to try this, honestly.
What now?
What you're going to do is you are going to do an unarmed strike against her. And instead of dealing the damage, if you hit, that will grapple. I just kind of want to see,
Monks are going to be extremely useful now.
Yeah, you're telling me.
'Cause
It also makes athletics kind of useless, unfortunately. That hits. So she is grappled.
Okay.
Doing anything with your other attack?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Aaron, oh, you can do that since she's grappled.
what's that?
I was gonna tell Aaron to do this, to do that wrestling move where when you have someone grappled from behind and you fall backwards and like your body does an N shape.
Like a
I
suplex?
can't think of what
Yeah,
that move.
suplex.
Yeah.
Fucking suplex them.
So this is the rule as it's stated. You can whenever you do an unarmed strike, instead of dealing the damage, you can either grapple or you can shove. Shoving pushes them 5 feet or knocks them prone. But unfortunately, that is just going to miss.
So, now question:
Answer.
since I still have a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
am I able to use my offhand saber?
No, because that's the one at least that I'm arguing you're grappling with.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Which I believe that's pretty much everything you're able to do.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Right. All right. This one is going to attack Beef Chuck. And that is going to miss. This one is not frightened by Gerard, so it is going to move up and claw at Gerard with a 21 to hit. Gerard, you are going to take 5 points. 6 points of damage, 5 slashing, and 1 cold.
Is I4 dead, by the way?
Is I4 dead? Yes.
Okay, because I still see it's like the ring around him, but dead body parts in the middle, so I couldn't tell.
I don't even know where he is.
Ooh.
I-4.
They're
Oh,
both
wait,
beef
I see
chuck.
him. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right. So this one, same thing. Oh, wow, Jesus. So Jared, you're going to take another 5 points on top of that.
Oh boy.
So, yep, that is going to be that's a total of 9 across these two attacks. The two that were summoned out of the one that was killed, but they are coming down hard. This one is going to. You see that it is likewise trying to summon within it this capacity, and you see that while it does succeed in creating another Mephit, it only creates one. Smith. You just watched Wu. You watched the this elven spirit, Boreas, disappear into a mist of ice and snow, appearing behind you, basically saying, "How dare you touch me?" And then Wu running over and grappling her once again.
Alright, reckless attack.
All right.
$14.
Unfortunately, that's gonna miss.
Okay. Second attack. I do get flanking bonus, right?
You do, yeah. You get a +1
Okay.
to that, so that would have been a 14.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna hit.
21.
1
24.
second. Let me see if. Do you know if I get to choose? If I reroll my damage, if I get to choose which one I pick or no?
From your Great Weapon Master,
I think that's what it is.
or no, sorry, it's your Savage Attacker. You re-roll the weapon's damage dice and use either
Let
total.
me see the total. Okay,
Yep.
yeah, I might as well do that. Alright, so we'll go with the 10. Or
Yeah.
I guess 12.
Yeah, yep, 12. Are you
And then
using Divine?
Yep.
Okay.
It's just taking a while to load.
Good, no
There it
worries.
goes.
So 12 plus 8, so 20. As you slash into her, it's that same radiant energy that is cutting into her. You actually see, as you swing your blade, the axe heads of your blade kind of glow with your downward strike, almost creating this like streak of light. Can these things make that save at the end of each of its turns? Oh. Okay, so these things are just going to be done frightened on until the end of your next turn. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, so you see this one strains as well, but nothing happens with this one. And this one is going to appear out of the ice, and it is going to move over between Groff and Groff and Ravenchuck, and it is going to breathe the same icy blast of air in this direction. So, Tarot, I need a dex save from both Ravenchuck and Beefchuck, and Jared, I need one for the wolf as well.
You need one for the imp as well?
Yep.
Do you have any sense? We're enclosed in, right?
The two of you are, yes.
We don't have any sense of what's going on outside, right?
You can see it's like looking through an opaque kind of like thick glass. There's mostly just like blobs moving through there.
So I'm guessing I can't shoot W1 if I wanted to.
No, you could not. Like the ice that is there is very thick.
Okay.
Jared, you there?
I'm here.
I need a dex save for the wolf. What is
Wolf
that?
is gonna die even if he fails.
What is that unarmed?
He-
I see what you did there. Smart.
Yeah, that's my beef chucks.
Oh, the
dex
wolf
save.
fails.
Okay, so Beef Chuck and the wolf are going to take 3 points of cold damage.
Wolf's dead.
Well, the wolf's down.
Well, I thought the animal companions just kind of blinked out of existence after.
No, you can attempt to res them. Now, if they take double their damage, like what happened with the Yeti Tyke with Abby and Chris, yes, then they are just sent to Calyryx's realm to be, restored in time. But currently the wolf is just down. That's kind of gross. That it's in that, so we're just gonna do that. All right. Take that damage. Actually, no, it's not. It's not going to take that because these things don't take cold. All right, Gerard. You just watched as your wolf has dropped as you heard this icy blast come from one of the mephits behind you.
I'm completely surrounded. I can't really go anywhere without getting attack of opportunity.
Not true.
I would have to use my Misty Step,
That is true.
but then I can't do anything else.
Oh, that's your bonus action.
No, that's true.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, I'll Misty Step 30 feet.
Okay.
Well, 20 feet down to here.
Okay.
My spellcasting focus comes with.
Yeah.
And then I'll use the action for Eldritch Blast.
All right. At which one?
I'm going to aim at 11.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Cool.
That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 12 force damage.
All right. Go ahead and roll for your second attack because.
Yep. Because
Oh.
of my bullshittery of having to. Nat
Yeah.
20!
Oh my
Give me
God.
that inspiration.
Yep, you get inspiration.
At 20.
At 20. And again, we'll always go with the
17.
first roll. So we'll always go with the first roll. So we got 6 plus 4 plus the max. So we're looking at 20 points of damage. So, shit. Pick one, 10 or 15.
10.
Okay. Ooh, boy. So, your first blast, you shoot this Eldritch Blast at the one directly in the center. As soon as this makes contact, it explodes in that violent spray that you have been seeing numerous times now. As soon as it does, all of these around it start to be peppered by this, and most of them are, avoiding this, dipping and dodging out of the way of these blasts. But then up comes this second one. You hit number 10 that was in the back with an overpowered shot that instantly drops it, creating the necessity for these two to roll. Oh, I don't know why I rolled that twice. All right. 2 of them are down.
Yay!
Right.
Woot,
Chris
woot.
is going to fly over and bite I2 and trigger a flyby.
Okay. Uh,
19 to
that-
hit.
Yep, that hits.
So he takes 1 piercing
Okay.
and 9 poison, and then he instantly flies upwards. Out of reach.
Yep. All right. This one is how far can he fly? Oh, he has 60-foot flying speed. Okay. Yeah. So that's not gonna be the case. Beef Chuck. That's a hit on Beef Chuck. Beef Chuck is going to take. That should not be a 4. Beef Chuck is going to take 6 points of damage, 3 slashing and 3 cold.
You said 3, right?
6 total.
Oh, okay. Good God.
All right.
I'm just getting dogged on in everything.
So, using the new grappled condition, escape. While grappled, you can make a dex or strength save against the grapple's DC at the end of each of its turn, ending the condition. So, the grapple DC is 8 plus strength plus proficiency. So, what is Woo's strength? It's a 2 plus proficiency, so it's 13 to break this. Well, that's a fucking fail. God damn it, she's still grappled. Oh my god. Ravenchuck, back down to you. You are watching as these mephits are pecking away at your companion. You just watched the one down Gerard's new wolf cub.
Can I have Beef Chuck? No. No, screw it. If I shoot I3, will he, when he explodes, will he still hit I2?
He would.
Okay. Firebolt. I feel like I would get more. Hey, let's go.
All right. Roll the damage. All right. That is... All right. Beef Chuck, roll a dex save.
Oh. Hope that's passes.
Gerard.
Oh crap, I forgot about that.
Jared.
Yes.
You watch as Ravenchuck blasts this mephit. It
There goes the wolf
explodes
pup.
upon its death, or I mean, upon its death. You see ice shards rain down into your wolf cub. You can see it is just barely holding on to life.
Jesus.
As it only took 1 point of damage.
Can I heal it? Or no?
You can.
Yeah, on your turn.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Listen, we all needed a long rest before this boss battle.
Oh. Yeah, we did.
Alright.
I could have been using Catapult this entire time. But Firebolt, I feel like does more damage. Since they're ice.
So-
Beef Chuck is gonna attack I2.
okay.
That will that attack his wolf?
No, that one would not hit the wolf.
Okay. What was his attack again? +7?
Yeah. Yep,
Okay.
yep. Yeah, because for you,
Nat
it's...
20!
Oh my god, nat 20!
20!
That's
Hell
one.
yeah!
Finally!
Inspiration.
Yeah, you get
20.
inspiration as well.
Yay!
And then you lose it after a long rest.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
Oh, you
that
better
means
use it next turn.
that means it's the best time to use it. All right, so when you roll the damage for this, yeah, this is 1d8 plus, so it's gonna be 1d8 plus 11.
God. Hey, max damage. Let's
Nice.
go.
6
So
damage.
you see, what you see. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna say. Um, you're watching this carnage go on. You just sent a firebolt into one of the ice mephits as it rains down those spikes onto this wolf pup. You hear it yelp out in pain. With that, you command Beef Chuck to crush this other one. Beef Chuck almost like lunges at this thing, fully encasing it inside of itself. And when it does, you see there is no explosion this time, as it is still dead, but Beef Chuck has contained all of that damage inside of itself, not allowing that explosion to happen.
Nice. I just
All
need
right.
Jared to not Jared, right? Is his name Jared? Justin.
Mm.
To kill I-12 so it doesn't kill me next turn.
All right. These ones are not frightened anymore. Groff. That's
Bring
a
it.
that's a 19 to hit.
My AC's 20.
Is your AC 20?
It can be.
Wait,
As
how?
long as you don't check, it's
If
20.
if I click this here and hit customize.
Uh-huh. Okay, cool. You are going to take, because you have resistance to cold, you're going to take 5 points of damage.
Ow.
And this one is going to go after you as well. That's a
Okay, no.
9 plus 2, but that's still going to miss. All right, Groff, you are surrounded by 3 of these mephits.
Well, that sucks. As a ranged attacker.
Right, yeah, it's almost as if you would have disadvantage on each one.
Yeah, or risk getting hit 3 times.
That is true. You could
do
try to
not
run
have-
away.
I do not have that much HP. Ugh.
You gonna risk it for the biscuit?
I thought I had something that might. Oh wait, hold on.
Worst case scenario, we all have to roll new characters.
No, that's not going to help me. All right, I'm gonna make a move
Okay.
and go down here. Do your worst.
You get hit by one of them, taking 6 points of damage.
Is that it?
That is it.
Okay. I'm good still. Okay, we said F12 was the one I needed to focus on. Is that right, Tarot?
Yeah.
Okay. So we will go for F12. That's 27 to hit
That hits.
for 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And then that's a nat 1.
That's a nat 1.
I'm assuming that doesn't hit because it's a critical fail.
Correct. Yes, that is how that works.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all that happened? You're not going to do anything to me?
No, I don't do critical
You
failures
should.
like that.
You should. Bring that table back.
No, I fucking
Bring that
hated that
table back.
table.
It was good.
That was the worst.
Okay. And then I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself. Oh wait, no, that's of an action, not a bonus action. Never mind.
I believe the only thing
That's I think
yeah.
that's it for me then. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm out of spell slots for my other stuff, so all right, that's it.
Right. Woo. You currently have Boreas grappled. As you can see, you can still make attacks. Yeah.
I'm gonna make an attack with my strong hand.
All right. Are you just attacking with your Shardland saber?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yep, that hits. I didn't know if you wanted to like try like knocking her prone or something.
Oh.
Righty then.
Trying to take her out.
So that is going to be
Second attack.
15. Yep, good. Unfortunately, that is going to miss.
All done.
Right. That misses Groff.
Thank goodness.
And that hits Ravenchuck. Ravenchuck, you are going to take 5 points of damage. Smith,
Ow.
back to you. Boreas is still grappled. Wu is, kind of bashing at her with his sword.
Ready.
With my strong hand.
Your strong
Alrighty.
hand.
Ready. Right, let's attack.
All right. That hits. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna re-roll that. Wow. 11.
Okay.
Wow. Second attack.
Oh, that just hits.
Nice. All right. 12.
12? Oh, yeah. Okay. Smith, Wu has her held. Ever since this started, you have been standing by your companion. You have chosen your ally, your friend, your companion over the power that this sword was giving you. And as you swing with that first hit, the radiant blade edge that is forming on your axe is growing. And with that first hit, you dish out this massive amount of damage. And as you bring your axe down on the second attack, you can see that the blade almost gleams as if it was made of sunlight.
Oh.
And when it hits, you see that it cuts into her where she is being held by Wu, held still and firm. The blade cuts into her as you see her eyes go wide. Brilliant light starts to pour out of her, and almost an explosion of ice and snow start to billow out. She lets out this horrific rendering scream, just as soon as this happens, her form shudders and shifts and breaks apart back into that mist that you had been talking to before. And it begins to swirl around and spiral outwards. As this is happening, the walls that are encasing Wu and Smith, these thick, icy walls, fall apart. You see, those of you on the outside, you see the ice mephits begin to crumble into just like pieces of ice and fall to the ground where they were flying there a moment ago. As this happens, this swirling vortex appears made of that same mist that Boreas was. Wu and Smith, you can see your companions now, the carnage that has gone on out on this battlefield, and you hear that voice call out to you once again. You will live to regret this day. This is not the end. Vengeance, retribution will be ours.
Do you swear filthy?
As you say that, the cathedral that you're in, the temple that you're in, begins to crumble and crack. You watch as the outside of this temple is just bathed in the light of an aurora borealis as the walls and windows start to shatter and fall apart, and the ground begins to give way, and you all start to fall. As soon as this happens, you feel this moment of weightlessness. And then you suddenly wake up. You are all sitting around the hearth of the east side. Sorry, I definitely lost her name here for a second.
Billy.
Not Billy. Sorry.
Jilly.
His name is Billy.
Marta is standing around all of you. Rourke is here. Some of the other patrons of the East Side, they're all kind of like rattling and shaking you apart. As you all come to, you look around, and Smith, in your hand, for the rest of you, whenever you watched Smith and Wu first enter this state, they had kind of slumped over, but Smith's hand was still holding this sword. You now see that the shards of the sword are embedded into the wall as they start to disappear and fade almost into that, like a similar icy mist, and it just wafts away. Almost as if directed up the staircase and out of the east side.
So I'm gonna assume that he's no longer has that weapon.
You see, yes, the Smith doesn't even have a handle in his hands. He has his axe, which is actually still attached to his back, as he would carry it around often. And you see Marta, the young lady who cares for this place. She's like shaking, trying to shake you awake. You hear Rourke just, gentlemen, please, wake up. And Marta's like, please, come on. And then she sees your eyes start to flicker open. Smith and Wu. And she looks at the two of you. She goes, oh my goodness. I'm so relieved that you're okay. I don't know what happened. One moment you were all talking, and the next thing I know, you had all seemed like you passed out. Are you okay? Are you all okay?
I cough up blood and point to the dead wolf.
When you point to the wolf, it is not dead. But you do see that it does have like ice coating its back. And even just from looking at this, you realize that if you don't act now, you could lose this wolf.
Yeah, I'm acting immediately.
Okay. What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't have anything. I think all I can do is stabilize because I don't have first aid kits or anything.
Oh, yep,
I
go ahead.
don't have
I'm gonna
any
cast
form of
Cure-
healing.
Never mind, I can't. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds level 1.
Okay. You see as you see Ravenchuck moves up, places his hands on your wolf, and you see that as this happens, a bit of life is breathed into your wolf, and
Hey, thanks, man. It's almost at max health.
you see that its eyes
Throttle.
open, and it looks up at you, Urard, and it has this like almost sorrowful look in its eyes, almost as if it is waiting for you to express disappointment in it.
I instead, because of my bullshit bonus of primal connection, I can use speak with animals at will. So I just use speak with animals, and I go ahead and give him a good old head pat and say, "Sorry, I put you in that dangerous situation. I wasn't prepared for it either."
You hear him says, "I'm sorry that I could not help you more."
Oh no! Trust me, none of us were expecting that. You did the best you could. You and Chris did good. Oh shit, where's Altman for the Russian accent?
Yeah. He says,
Instead, turn to the wolf and go, "I'm sorry I couldn't keep you up longer."
he like has this, this sad look in his eyes, and he says, "I will try harder next time."
It's okay. You did good. We all just need to rest and sleep through the night.
Okay, so yeah, the rest of you, you all kind of look around. Like I said, Rurik has been trying to rouse all of you, and he says, what happened? Are you all right?"
We almost made a deal with the devil.
"I'm sorry?"
So apparently there was Wu kind of rubs his head like a thing, a creature, spirit in the weapon that's my companion would carry made out of ice, and it tried to have us betray each other. And when it realized that we wouldn't, it attacked us.
So the demon that was inside the sword tried to kill you?
Demon, spirit, thing.
It was a demon.
Yeah.
You took it from a demon ice giant thing.
Buddha. Well,
Technically not, but I get where you're going.
whatever it was.
I know that Ravenchuck would not have the knowledge of this, but for Tarot's reference, this is the thing that Smith and Wu actually had to fight the first time around in order to get the Boreas sword.
Oh.
That is an ice devil.
Like an insect.
I mean,
yeah,
the devil could have
I got it
transported
on my
itself
belt.
into the sword.
For those of you out in streaming land, that's what it is.
Oh, cool looking. Surprised your ward didn't try to tame that.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
If he
Yeah.
wants to resurrect it, I got the head on my belt still, so.
Yeah, which whenever he says this, you notice that one of the many heads he has around his belt is like this insectoid.
So,
let's
yeah.
not do that in the town, though.
Do what in the town?
I summon it.
Resurrect it?
Yeah.
That was a joke, bud. I don't ever want to fight
And I
this
was a
thing.
joke.
But yeah, I think it's time to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm hurting. Need some sleep.
So as I
But
say
felt
that,
better.
I kind of gesture everybody to go upstairs, and once everybody does, Woo's gonna leave the house or leave the east side.
I'm gonna heal my I'm gonna heal Beef Chuck before I go to bed, Lucas.
Okay.
Would Beef Chuck get healed through a long rest or no?
He would.
I would.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I had to cast Mending on him to heal
No,
him.
no. Yeah, long rest would get him back up to full.
Okay.
So can we all go to sleep?
Is it? I mean, I'm sort of curious about where Wu is going.
Beautiful. Me too. I'm assuming I see him leaving.
I imagine so. Aaron, where's Wu going?
Well, he's waiting for everybody to go upstairs, and then once he sees everybody go upstairs and
Well,
into the
keep in
room,
mind,
he leaves.
you guys are like downstairs already, and your rooms just kind of well, you have like a collective room. So it like just branches off, not necessarily like going upstairs.
Oh, okay. Well, once he notices everybody goes into the room,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna duck out, go to the town hall, and buy a small house.
Christ alive. Jesus Christ. I thought this was leading up to something, and I was like, no, okay, no, it's just a retail investment. All right.
Yeah.
I will tag along.
Okay. Yeah, so you know what? We'll say this.
Despite the fact that he probably doesn't want me to.
You know what? We'll say this. The two of everyone starts to make their way into this communal room. Yorard has Neogiri, the wolf, Chris with him. He's feeling exhausted. Groff sitting next to him. Beefchuck in there, trying to take care of Ravenchuck in there trying to take care of Beefchuck. And Smith, as you head in, there's a part of you that in this moment kind of feels a little empty. While you didn't have that sword for an extremely long amount of time in the grand scheme of things, it has been something that you have had a connection to in a very impactful time in your life. And you have given that up in favor of the companionship that you have found with this group, and especially with Wu. And after a few moments, you realize that Wu is no longer, has not come in. And so you decide to head out to see where he's at. And you see that he's not anywhere in, the main communal, lobby. And Marta looks at you as you come out. You see she's still trying to clean up some of the blood that's on the floor. And she says, are you looking for your friend?
It's nod.
He did not say where he went, but I did see him head outside.
Thanks.
She nods. And when you head out, you realize that it has been probably about an hour that you were out. There is nobody out. The only lights are the ones flickering from small candles in windows. The air is icy and chill out here, but as a Goliath, you are very accustomed to this. Do me a favor, roll me a survival check.
17.
As you look down on the ground, what?
I'm sorry. Oh, that's even better. 23.
Oh, nice. You look down on the ground and you see the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. No, sorry. You see the Fresh Prince of Wu as you're able to follow. But About halfway there. Why is it not letting me select? There we go. About halfway there, you're following these tracks, and you decide to cut down between two of the buildings. And as you do, a almost disembodied source of light appears in front of you. There's an innate radiance to this, an innate warmth, and it first appears as, just a small mote of light. And it starts to kind of move and like almost as if it's examining you. Do you do anything in this moment?
It's floating in front of me.
Yeah, it's just kind of like it's just moving slowly around you. It's almost as if it's like, circling you, but kind of like examining you.
I'll kind of be doing the same, but I'm definitely very hesitant, knowing like this is probably gonna end up badly. But I'll just kind of examine it for now. See what happens.
So you watch this, and you're kind of keeping an eye on it. There's nobody around you. There's really not even any lights other than, just a few flickers in the distance. But this light starts to grow. And as it does, it eventually becomes this cylindrical pillar of light. It almost has a warmth to it. And it reaches down to the ground where it meets the snow and extends up maybe about 6 or so feet. And then, as you watch this, you see that the light begins to slowly descend. And standing in this spot is a humanoid. What you see before you is what appears to be somebody that you would describe as maybe half-elf. They have kind of the pointy ears. They have a slight, dark, kind of dusty blonde hair. But they are wearing clothing that would be indicative of a cleric. And you notice something on their chest. You notice a symbol. Roll me a religion check. You've seen something similar to this. The symbol that you see is a golden circle with 6 points. And this is emblazoned on his robes. But you also notice something else. Around his neck, he has a pendant. And this pendant has a symbol on it that Smith has never seen. I don't know why that picture didn't share. There we go. If you look in the chat, that's the symbol that's emblazoned on his robes. But he has a pendant around his neck. And again, this is a symbol that Smith has never seen before. As cheesy as this might be, it's that kind of like cool S that every kid has drawn in their life. And as this light diminishes, this figure is standing in front of you. And you see that symbol on his chest, and something stands out, and it reminds you of something recent, that almost like a sun symbol. It reminds you of the symbol of a monitor, that holy symbol that you recovered from the frozen temple where you first got the Boreas sword. And as this figure stands there, it looks at you and it has a warm smile. And he goes, "What's up?"
Oh.
Not much. Not gonna lie. It's a privilege to be the one to welcome you.
Welcome me?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's not every day one of ours, does something so incredibly heroic and so indicative of who we are that, you gotta celebrate those. And he holds out his hand to shake yours.
I'll just kind of be like, and shake his hand, reach out to shake his hand.
And he says, "It's good to meet you, Smith. Name's Smith."
I'm out.
And he says, "I know it's probably a bit weird, but you're not alone out there in this great cosmos. There's a lot of us."
If you're about to tell me the entire Goliath clan is nothing but Smiths,
No,
I-
this is a half elf.
oh god. Is it just all of Smith's old characters named Smith?
And Smith, he holds out his other hand, and in his hand he has the same pendant that he is wearing. And he says, "While it might be early, based on what you did today, we felt it was only right to welcome you into the Society of Smith. Can I see that axe?"
No, I'll show it to him.
And he takes it, and he looks at it, kind of flips it back and forth. He says, "This reminds me of an old friend of mine. It's a bit chaotic, but he was a good axe wielder." And he says, he holds it in his hand. You can see the symbol on his chest, that sun symbol, begins to glow. And he says, "But, well, his could break in half. Yours, though, well, that sword you had just wasn't right." And he gives it a twist. And you see that the shape of your great axe changes. The head of it, now you see these two golden blades. And in the center, it's like a golden metal staff. And at the top of it is the symbol of a monitor with golden blades extending from it. I shared a picture of it there in the chat.
Nice.
And he kind of spins it around. He says, "That's better." And he hands it back to you. Smith, do me a favor. Remove from your inventory Boreas and add the item that I just put the name in the chat, known as Dawsimer. Mechanically out of game, it functions literally the same way as your Boreas sword, but instead of cold and necrotic, it is fire and radiant. And he says, "All right. Well, I don't have a lot of time. Got any questions?"
I have a bunch. Can you tell me more about the Society of Smiths?
Be quick.
All right, I'm out. Good night, everyone.
Shut the fuck up. He says, I'll try to be quick. Basically, there exist those of us in every world, in seemingly every corner, known simply as Smith. There's a bond, a familiarity, and a calling to each of us for great things. But one thing stands out amongst us. We're always pulled back to the light. Be it a Monitor, Lathander, and then he like gestures to his chest, or good old Palor. It's our calling. It's who we are.
Does he have a pamphlet? If he doesn't have a pamphlet, I don't want to talk to him. Smith, don't talk to him unless there's pamphlets.
And from his back satchel, he pulls out a pamphlet that reads, "Have you seen the light of Palor?"
Fucking Christ.
And he hands it to you, Smith. And he says, I'm sure you have a lot more questions, but unfortunately I don't have a lot of time. I have to get back to helping the others. We have a lot of responsibilities, and when the time comes, you'll be able to join us.
I better reach you.
If you need to, you'll know how. And he kind of like shrugs his shoulders. He says, I'm kidding. There's a ritual that you can perform with that pendant. I believe you've spoken to a few of the followers of the light. They might be able to help you with that. But I gotta go. It was good meeting you, Smith.
You too. Well, thank you.
He nods. And as you see this light starting to come up, he goes, oh, by the way, before I go, Lathander sends his thanks.
Thanks.
And whenever he says that, he kind of like gestures his hand out towards you, and you feel this radiant energy. Everyone in the group, go to your features and traits on your character sheet, remove the Blessing of the Morning Lord, and add the Blessing of the Morning Lord version 2. You now gain 15 temporary hit points every day at dawn, and as a bonus action, you can wreath your weapon in flaming or radiant energy, changing your weapon's damage type to either fire or radiant until the start of your next turn. This can be done a number of times, equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest.
And you said everyone?
Everyone. You all have the Blessing of the Morning Lord.
Yep.
So we need to
I don't think I
remove
have that, 'cause I'm not
blessing,
seeing
delete
it.
that, and add the other.
Yes, go to features and traits, scroll the whole way to the bottom and go to manage traits, and
Feats.
delete Blessing of the Morning Lord, and then add Blessing of the Morning Lord version 2.
Got an error. Let's try this again. There it goes.
I don't know why you didn't have it in the first place, Ravenchuck.
I don't know.
Yeah. But make sure you guys add that, because that is the updated version. As the Morning Lord has seen to it to bless your party once again for not aiding and abetting in the bringing on of another worse danger than Arl.
It's almost like the group learned from some old robot.
Wish the federal government would do stuff like that. Hey, you didn't murder anybody this year. Have a tax break.
Oh, hell yeah.
You
I'd be all
know-
for that.
I would be all for that. Like, come on, slip us $100 or something just because we didn't kill somebody this month.
I'm not seeing it.
I mean, I'm not saying that I've been killing people
Reload
every
your
month.
character
but-
sheet, Ravenchuck. I already added it for you.
Oh, okay.
We have this incredible tool that you just have to use.
Man, if only Calyrax was this buddy. boosts and whatnot. Instead, all he gives me is natural 20s on every animal roll that I ever do.
I was just about to say, motherfucker.
Hey, Lucas.
Yes.
It's a Summer or Dosmer the Bright Blade, right?
Dosmer the
Blacksmith.
yes, Dosmer the Bright Blade.
Awesome. Okay.
Yep. Like I said, it functions identically to the Boreas sword, but it is a great axe. And the name of it, the title, the description of it has gone from being forged from the blood of its owner. This blade is the product of generations of craftsmanship, yet only has one owner. Molded with frost and shadows, it doesn't have a visible edge, yet strikes true, granting its victims the cold kiss of death. Whereas Dosimer, the Bright Blade, says, only those of good heart, noble virtue, and courage can wield Dosimer without bringing about its destruction. Legend holds that this was off of a sword, but axe. That the axe is only as strong as the heart of its user. If it's used by one of dark purpose, weak beliefs, or in the service of evil, it'll shatter itself. Once this is accomplished, it may be restored only through the grace of the gods of good and the best weaponsmith alive. If it's ever shattered, so too will be the knighthood's honor when the blade is repaired. So yeah.
Get rid of my great axe?
Yes. Or no. Yes. Your great axe has now become Dosimer.
Okay.
Also, when you go to your character sheet, kind of the same thing under your feats, get rid of the Boreas feat and get the Dosimer feat. Because it'll do the same thing. It'll give you those, you no longer have Winter's Bite, you now have Summer's Wreath, or Morning Lord's, or no, it's Summer's Warmth. So instead of it being like the biting necrotic damage, it's warming radiance.
What's the feat called?
Dosimer, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Yep.
I already have it added.
And because I actually don't know if I could do this. But as you stand there, Smith, and you're holding this blade in your hand, you see the glint of the gold coming off of the blade. You realize that around you has gotten a little bit brighter. You now have 30 feet of dark vision.
Yay.
Awesome. I'll have to change, because I think I'll have to tie that to the feet. I just looked and I can't just change that, so I'll have to probably change that on the feet. But yeah.
You should be able to go into your senses and change it.
Oh, that's right. It'll be senses. No, yeah, I clicked senses. Oh, there it is. Dark vision. All right, yeah. There we go. 30. Dosimer. There you go.
Okay, awesome.
And with that, you can see now more clearly the footprints you were following, leading you out to where Wu is. Do you continue on your path heading over to the following the tracks?
Sure.
Okay. Wu, which one were you buying?
The small one.
Okay. So
the small cheap one.
All right. So Wu, you first arrive at the Townmaster Hall. It's fairly late, but Oris is still standing in here. You can actually see that he's like starting to gather his stuff to head back to his house for the night. And whenever the door opens up, he turns around and says, "Oh, welcome. Wu, was it right?"
Correct.
What can I help you with?
So, I'm interested in purchasing a couple buildings here in town.
Oh?
But one for sure I'd like to purchase now is a small house, if you still have that available.
He nods and he says, "Well, not many people are out here trying to buy retail or trying to buy real estate right now, so yes. Yes, we can, if you want, we can get the contracts set up tomorrow morning once I have my senses about myself."
Well, kind of looking to possibly get it tonight so I can spend the night there and not have to spend another gold piece in an inn.
I understand. Well, it is not necessarily in the most livable state at the moment. But if you need lodging for the night, I can cover that for you. You there, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm here. You kind of see Wu kind of like hesitating. He's like, no, I can cover it. I just wanted to be able to sleep in a house that I bought myself. But if you said things won't be ready till tomorrow,
Well,
I will meet you here tomorrow and we can sign and take care of everything then.
you see that he kind of takes a moment and he looks at you, and he says, "Well, I can't say that I don't know how that feels. All right. Why don't we get this paperwork going through?" And so he goes over to his desk, pulls out a few things, and you two start sitting there going over, the details of this, which you and I can hash out outside of the session. But while you're sitting here, the door opens up behind you, behind the two of you, and you see Smith walking in, and he has this radiant, double-bladed axe in his hand. It's almost appears to be made out of like what looks like solid gold.
New weapon to replace Boreas, I see.
Yes. Turns out this fits my style a little bit better.
Do I have to worry about this one attacking me as well?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Smith, as you say this,
Wisdom saving throw. Let's do it.
you kind of like look down at it, and instead of hearing instead of hearing that cold, harsh shrill of Boreas's voice calling for you to kill or to be fed blood, the only thing you hear when you stare down at this is, "Sup?" And that's where we're gonna end it for tonight.
What?
Fucking sword only says what's up. That's it.
No,
Sup.
it does not say what's up.
I'm sorry.
It says
Sup.
sup.
S-U-P.
Question
With a
mark.
question mark. Yeah. You see the question mark in your head.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
On rare occasions, it says what's going on, guys.
I'm not gonna lie. I have been sitting on this particular storyline for 2 years before the thought of Icewind Dale became a thing in my head. I had the idea of like the Citadel of Ricks from Rick and Morty, but consisting of all the characters that Smith has played and all the characters that Smith has yet to play, all just named Smith.
But also Voltum.
Well,
Welcome
so,
to the
and that's
Smith
the
Smith.
thing. That's the thing. There are still those who sit on the fringes of the Society of Smith.
Level up.
No level up.
You see, Justin,
I
his
think
name was
in
Volt
honor
Tom
of this
Smith.
being a Smith-centric session, we should level up, as it is
I
what
agree.
he would want to do.
You know what? I'll give you that. Level up.
Oh, Justin.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Good job,
Yeah.
Justin.
It's
I
great.
gotta thank Smith for that.
Yeah, thanks, Smith.
Thanks, Smith.
That's a team
Thanks,
effort.
Smith.
Hooray! I get another Eldritch invocation.
Now I gotta remember how to level up.
It's click
Manage
manage,
levels, go to
to
7.
manage character and levels.
Level 8.
What the fuck's the sword has the
Well,
capability that
you
every
heard
time
him.
every time you level up, you get an additional level up.
You heard him. Level 8.
That's it. 100%. No.
Now I gotta figure
said
out
it.
which invocation I
Well,
am on.
I got an advantage on initiative rolls now.
Do you? Oh yeah, you do. Yep. Feral instinct, I believe, is that.
Yeah, nice.
All right. Well, out there in the stream, this was like I said, I've been waiting for this episode. I've been waiting for this storyline to come to life for some time. So, blessings of Pelor upon those who are here to witness the revelation of the Society of Smith.
Penis.
Those of you
Well
watching,
said.
thanks for coming by. Feel free to tell your friends, but have a good night.